The Minnesota State Mavericks had never won an NCAA tournament game prior to yesterday. After being down 3-1, Ryan Sandelin in overtime sent the Mavericks on to their first ever regional final. They'll face the Minnesota Golden Gophers, the top seed, who looked all the top seed last night. They put up 7 goals with a lethal offensive attack. Today, these two in-state rivals collide for the right to go to the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh. The Gophers of Minnesota trying to get back to the Frozen Four for the first time since 2014. The Minnesota State Mavericks, they are looking for their first ever appearance in the Frozen Four if they get this one done. Yesterday, Minnesota State, dramatic overtime win over Quinnipiac, their first ever tournament win. Minnesota, convincing, decisive win over Omaha, 7-2. Ben Holden, Fred Pletch, the final piece to the Frozen Four will be put into place here in this matchup of two teams, Freddie, from the great state of Minnesota and two coaches that know each other all too well.
And regardless of who wins, this entire tournament has been a statement for the state of hockey.
Sure has. And for Minnesota State, a big part of their success yesterday was a young man on the back end, Jake Livingstone, who was great for them.
Well, freshman D arrived with a lot of questions, but this young man arrived with a goal in his first college game. He reminds coaches a bit of former Mavs standout Daniel Brickley. Now with the LA Kings organization, pro scouts are watching him very closely. Brock Faber could have been named a star of last night's game with his defensive play alone, but oh yeah, the youngest player in the game at 18 also added an NCAA tournament record, 5 assists. Gophers have 5 D-men who might play in the NHL. Faber, a dead cinch lock.
Well, Fred, we have 2/3 of the finalists for the Mike Richter Award. The first is Dryden McKay of Minnesota State.
And Dryden McKay, the last time he faced this Gophers team, one of his 23 career shutouts. And Jack LaFontaine has just been a rock in goal all season long, his second season as a Gopher. There you see the little visualization, warming up the eye muscles right there. He's ready to go, so's Dryden McKay. This could be a goalie duel.
81 miles separate these two programs. Minnesota in the great city of Minneapolis, and of course Minnesota State in Mankato. Fred mentioned that game the last time they met, the 29th of December 2019. 18 saves in the game in the shutout win, the 2-0 win for Dryden McKay. Fred, your keys. Let's start with Minnesota State. What do you feel they need to do off the bat here to have success?
Well, for the Mavericks, they have to get in and get on this Minnesota D that transitions the puck so well, as Mike Hastings told us today. Make sure their toes, their skates are pointing at their glass and not ours.
How about for Minnesota? What's Bob Motzko feel are the top couple of things for his hockey club to advance?
Well, the Mavericks, kind of like Omaha, have an aggressive D that gets down the wall, will take a few chances. If you can beat the F1, the forward coming, get it past the defenseman, they'll get some odd man rushes like they had a bunch of last night.
They sure did in a 7-2 win. Gophers, top seed here in this bracket 4 times since 2003, since the field went to 16 teams. The West region has had the national champion. Minnesota came out of here in 2003, and they won their second in a row. Last team to do it, Minnesota Duluth. They did it 3 years ago coming out of the West. Minnesota State, it took them 6 opportunities under Mike Hastings to get their first tournament win. They dug down, they were gritty, they were gutty, they were hard to play against. They slanted the ice in the second period, and in the end, they got that winner from Ryan Sandelin. Here are the Mavericks now. Opening 2 minutes of this hockey game. Kester back to get it for Minnesota. Ahead for Brandon McManus, who, let's just say, he's a gamer. He's playing hurt today, Fred.
Yeah, he left last night's game in the second period. He's banged up, but one of those situations, if he has any chance to go, he's telling the coaches, I want to be in there. Let's see what I got.
Yep. No changes for Bob Motzko. His lineup exactly the same you would expect it to be. And we got our first penalty of the hockey game as Jaremko got spun down and taken down, and it's going to be a power play coming up here for Minnesota State early on in this hockey game. And Mike Hastings, oh, did we ever have fun talking to him and Bob Motzko earlier today, Fred. Just a great conversation with both men.
Well, both are such self-deprecating coaches, and you know, they've got such a long history together, starting way back in the mid-'80s at St. Cloud State when Bob was a grad assistant under Herb Brooks. Mike Hastings was a player. Then as coaches, both built powerhouses in the USHL, met in the 2001 USHL playoffs. Omaha prevailed, went on to win the Clark Cup championship.
The tangled web, isn't it? First power play of the hockey game for either team. 2.5 gone by here. Great to have you with us wherever you're watching. Minnesota State will keep this alive. Nathan Smith, the only draft pick in the lineup for Minnesota State. If you're into that, the Gophers are littered with him, but none of that matters this time of the year as Smith healed that one. Now Faber, Fred talked about him in the open. He could have been their MVP for his defensive work, but instead the offensive work's what got him, and this wrist shot is deflected up into the protective netting there and out of play. Off the stick of Sam Morton. Bob Motzko, his first tournament run with Minnesota. He went to the Frozen Four as the head coach of St. Cloud State back in 2013. And oh, by the way, the Frozen Four was in Pittsburgh, the same place it is this year.
Bob says, hey, we're facing an American League team this game in terms of age. I mean, you look at the ages of the Minnesota State forwards, 24, 24, 25, 24, 23.
Big blast on there from the right side. And it's a seasoned group, right? All that experience. Here's Carroll in the middle now. Near circle, back to Carroll. One-timer coming, and another one healed from Minnesota State. To the line, good keep. Carroll on the look there from Jaremko, who scored a huge goal yesterday. And that comeback win over Quinnipiac. Gophers can't get it out. Now they do it. Trickles by Carroll. He's pressured by the captain for Minnesota, Sammy Walker. Ahead for Furry, who was all about what they did on that game-winning goal. He started the play, and Ryan Sandelin finished it. Here's a shot punched away by LaFontaine.
You say punched away. He's great at moving his rebounds to non-dangerous areas.
Down low, tough angle, and they tried to stick that over his shoulder, and it went up and on a play. You got 28 seconds remaining in the Minnesota State power play, and Fred, they go way back. I mean, look at this. This is an absolute classic.
This is the Iowa State Hockey School back in the mid-90s. Mike Hastings, Tom Serratore, Bob Motzko, Chris Bergeron, the Miami coach, was there. And they laughed this morning and said, yeah, we had a lot more hair then and we were thin. I know exactly how they feel.
Yeah, a few years of going at it head-to-head, and they once again go at it head-to-head here tonight. You're in Loveland, Colorado for a trip to the Frozen Four. Final dozen seconds of the power play for Minnesota State, and it's sent down the ice by the Gophers.
Might not give any chances. Gophers the least penalized team in the nation. Just 6 minutes a game. They only took one minor last night. Killed off the first one tonight. 4 shots. We're back to 5-on-5. 4 shots of the power play. That one up high. A bullet there fired on by Smith. LaFontaine was ready for the challenge. Minnesota State, a lot of ozone time here to start the game. This is the end in the second period yesterday, that they spent a majority of the period in this end of the rink. Yeah, much better start than they had yesterday. You know, you called the Minnesota-Michigan State, another MSU team, at the Big Ten quarterfinals, and a Michigan State team big and heavy like these MSU Mavericks that gave the Gophers all kinds of trouble, got good goaltending. I think Dryden McKay, he can't be average in this game. He has to bring his A game, no question.
It's named after Ken Dryden. Fred's got great tales of that story if we get to it. As his father Ross spent some time together in the North American League as the Mavericks softly float one into the zone. Lacombe's back first for Minnesota. He was pestered there from behind. Charges on. Gerard's tough, gritty customer in there on the forecheck. Now Mason Nevers stepped up big on the big stage last night. Had his first 2 career goals. Bob Motzko loves the upside and the potential of that young man, a former captain of the Edina Hornets, that great hockey city in the great state of Minnesota. This one's called offside with 14:31 to go, and there are 31 players from the state of Minnesota, and they know each other very well. Just get reacquainted. Great to have you with us here in the West Regional Final. We're back after this. Early on here in Loveland, Colorado, West Regional Final. Fred, no score in the hockey game between these two proud programs from the great state of Minnesota.
But a great start for the lower seed, Minnesota State. They're winning faceoffs, 4-1 at this point. Dryden McKay has not faced a shot from this vaunted Gophers offense. And, you know, sometimes that's a good thing, you know, your team's playing well. But on the other hand, Minnesota can come down, and the first chance that Dryden McKay faces might be an odd man or a breakaway. But it's this big, heavy Minnesota State team. I think they've done a real good job of getting 2 forecheckers, not one. They're getting 2 guys in on that fleet-footed Gophers defense, and it's exactly how Mike Hastings drew it up to start anyway.
Sure is. Last night, Minnesota got goals from Mason Nevers, Jack Purvix, and Scott Reedy to stake themselves to a 3-0 lead. Omaha got one late in that opening period, but it was a dominant win for this Minnesota team that many feel, after leaving the rink last night, was the best game they played all year. And you saw them a lot throughout the year.
Yeah, they had a great second period against Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game, but last night they put it together for 60, no question.
They did. You referenced that Michigan State game in the quarterfinals 2 weeks ago today. And that's what they don't want. They don't want to have to go that long with a game when they're not scoring goals. It's too powerful of a team. Carroll couldn't keep that in at the line. Now he backtracks as they get onside. Gives it off to Ahmet. He'll send it around. Gophers on it into the middle of the rink. Onto the stick now of Jackson Nelson. He, like pretty much all Minnesota's guys last night, was outstanding. Maverick player went down. That was Ahmet back on the end wall. Now here's Brock Faber. Those 5 assists last night, looking for a tip there with Ranta on the side of the crease now. Now Lutz will bang one off the half wall and get it down the sheet. Burgess trying to get it to settle in there. Faber comes away with it. Second rounder of the LA Kings is Brock Faber. And we get a whistle here, and offside is called. 12 seconds shy of the 7-minute mark. And we welcome you to the final piece of the Frozen Four puzzle here in Loveland, Colorado with Fred Pletch. My name is Ben Holden. No score in the hockey game. 12 seconds shy of the 7-minute mark. Minnesota State, they will take on, well, surprise, surprise, another one of those teams from the great state of Minnesota. Congrats to Brett Larson and his St. Cloud State Huskies back in the Frozen Four for the first time since 2013, Fred.
Yeah, it will be an all-Minnesota, all-state of hockey semifinal, one of them. And then in another game, you've got Scott Sandlin. Great story. They're still the defending champs 2 times. No tournament last year.
Right.
Till someone says otherwise.
Are they done playing? What a classic last night. 5 overtimes. It is great to have you with us here on ESPN2. That one bodied away by Dryden McKay. Dryden McKay, Jack LaFontaine, the 2 goaltenders. 2/3 of the finalists for the Mike Richter Award. The other one, Spencer Knight, they lost their game, as we just mentioned, is St. Cloud State. Now here's a lead feed. Walker with speed comes in, rising shot, missed the mark. Chipped and then gloved down by Blake McLaughlin. Fred, he was as dominant as anyone's seen him in his college career in that Big Ten tournament a couple of weeks ago. You were on the call that night when that line was dynamite.
Yeah, 2 goals and 2 assists, and they just took over the game in the second period, and you would expect big things from this trio again. They played together a lot. Reedy can also play center, but he's found a home on the wing because Nelson and Purvix have been real solid at center as sophomores.
Scott Reedy and Julian Napravnik, 2 customers in this hockey game, both tied for the national lead with 6 game-winning goals for those keeping tabs, and Dryden McKay gobbles that one up. And Dryden McKay, he is named after the great Montreal Canadiens goaltender, former Cornell star Ken Dryden.
Ask Dryden this week. Tips for smaller stature goalies: says understand the game. Skating is so important, and be in the right position. Whether you're 5'11" or 6'6", you take the right lane away, they don't have as much net as they think.
Well, that was the first shot Minnesota put on him a little over 8 minutes into the hockey game. Shots of 5-1 Minnesota State. They got their first ever tournament win yesterday. Ryan Sandelin, overtime hero. He's on the ice now, and he's out there with a young man in Brendan Furry in the middle and Sam Morton. Those guys were dynamite all day long for Mike Hastings and his crew.
Pretty memorable first game-winning goal for young Ryan Sandelin.
If I'm the Sandelins, I go out and buy a lottery ticket right now the weekend they've had. Are you kidding me? Here's Carroll now, head up, turns at center, through there he goes. Off a leg, and LaFontaine had to be quick there with the left pad to kick that one out of there. Ahmet with a shot whistle wide. Karam's all the way back down, picked up by Mason Nevers. Those 2 goals last night, he was outstanding. Now Nevers has it, laid it back there for Munson, traffic in there. Gophers trying to find it. Lutz has got it, lifted it out of the zone. Inside of 11 minutes to go in the opening period, looking for our first goal here in the West Regional Final. Bouncing puck dribbled in there, back of the net. Mavericks trying to get free, trying to get a stick on that was Jack McNeely. Now Burgess trying to backhand one into the middle for Lutz there, but Stonecker got a stick on it to deny that. Scooped up by Jack Perbix. And his brother Nick going to the Frozen Four. He'd love to face him there in a couple of weeks. St. Cloud State. Okay, sweeps it around. Probnik trying to find his footing and does. The German product in over the line. Dangerous player for Mike Hastings' team.
Sure was. Led them with 6 shots on goal yesterday. Nathan Smith was good too, the centerman, with 5.
Smith not afraid to shoot it. That one deflected off of Lacombe, and the Prophet may have had a grade A opportunity there. Mavericks putting heat on right in front, in between the pads, and then it came out, and it's covered by LaFontaine. 9:47 to go in the opening period. Still looking for our first goal in this hockey game here in the West Regional Final between Minnesota and Minnesota State.
The NCAA Hockey Championship is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com.
Welcome back to Loveland and the West Regional, where we're punching the final ticket to the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh. I want to take this opportunity to send a special shout out to my 32-year-old son Jesse, who's been in cardiac ICU at the University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor for 6 weeks now. A month ago, he was supposed to skate the lines in an AHL game. Now he's facing a heart and kidney transplant. Keep fighting, Jesse. Love you, and go Blue Medical. And thanks for the outpouring of support and prayers from the hockey community. Showed once again why you're the best in sports. Keep those prayers coming for Big Jess.
That's right, Fred, and everyone in the hockey community is thinking of Jesse, you and Kelly and your son, Ted, and your daughter. And I know that wasn't easy to do, man, but I'm happy to be here with you, Fred.
This game's been great therapy, Ben.
I'm sure it has. Winner goes on to the Frozen Four. They score! Minnesota State's drawn first blood. It's Morton who sticks one by LaFontaine.
Well, Morton right around the goal, and Jack LaFontaine is not able to seal off low, and the Gophers D did not arrive at the other side of the net. Scott Rady is there trying to go stick on puck. And Mike Hastings put his lines in a blender mid-game yesterday. Wasn't happy the way things were going. Sam Morton played center. He moves to the left side today with Brendan Furry and Ryan Sandelin. And the former Colorado Thunderbird and Rocky Mountain Rough Rider has opened the scoring in his native state.
He is a product of Lafayette, Colorado. He's one of 3 on Minnesota State's roster from the state of Colorado, and he gets his 5th of the season. I love that when he said that. We put him in a blender. Just throw him in there and see what comes out, right?
Well, and he shortened his bench. I mean, we saw how the Mavs did not come out the way they wanted to yesterday. Fell behind 2-0. And there you see Shane McMahon gets in the lineup today.
Right.
Colby Bukes not playing. But this is the exact start that Mike Hastings and Mavericks wanted. And hey, Bob Motzko, he told us today, this is going to be the toughest game we played all year. And through 10:50, it's exactly that for the Gophers.
It is always difficult in this tournament, any tournament, but in this one, it is very tough to put somebody out. And let's keep in mind, Minnesota State representing the WCHA. Minnesota, of course, years and years in that great conference that's been around for so long. Mavericks with a puck, they've got the lead, slinging ahead. Here is McMahon with a quick shot. LaFontaine, good save. Shane McMahon, a beautiful look there, and LaFontaine was up to the test. Lifted out, bounces inside the Maverick line. Handled back there by Wyatt Almond. Product of that great program they've got up there in Duluth, Minnesota, Hermantown. Former high school teammate of Ryan Sandelin. Minnesota Duluth star Cole Koepke was a part of that team, among many others. They have a proud tradition up there in Hermantown. Bouncing puck now, Burgess for Minnesota State. Tied up down there. Came free, Jackson Lacombe. So talented. 4 wide come the Gophers. Off the mark on the pass for Mason Nevers, though. Battle for it in front of the Gopher bench, right down below us. Battle ensues, and the puck finally scored free, and then the Gopher defenseman Lacombe stumbled. It's deep inside the Minnesota State end now. Now Furry left wing side. He'll get the zone. Got a man going to the net. Morton and Sandelin were both there. They score! Tipped in front. Sandelin's there. And Minnesota State's got a 2-0 lead.
Well, little puck luck never hurts, but Brendan Furry, who made the play on the game winner in overtime yesterday, what the Mavericks have done a really good job of is coming down the strong side, identifying a wide open weak side. Furry sent it across, didn't find his man, but who is there but Jack McNeely? And does this get tipped on the way through? Ryan Sandelin is there. Does he have another one?
He does. I'm telling you, if I'm that family, I go out and buy a lottery ticket. It's been their weekend, the 7th of the season for Ryan Sandelin. His mom is here today in the building. She came in after watching her husband's team win that epic 5-0 game, and there's a great play by Reese Smolik. His dad, Doug, a longtime NHLer, and there's Ryan Sandelin on the bench. Helped give them their first ever tournament win. That game winner yesterday, about midway through the overtime. I never saw his dad play in college, but from what I hear, he was one tough customer. He was gritty, and the apple doesn't far fall from the tree.
You mentioned that Hermantown High School program, 2 Class A state titles with the Hawks for Ryan Sandelin.
Yep. 7:17 to go here in the opening period. Minnesota with just 2 shots. Minnesota State has 2 goals already. Gophers now trying to generate here. We'll see what they can do. Rink wide feed. They get the entry, they lay it back. And a flash of leather down low from Dryden McKay there on the long shot in from Ben Myers.
Yeah, Dryden McKay just wants to get a feel for the puck. Sometimes a goalie, if he's not getting a lot of shots, will come out, maybe play the puck a little more, go for those skates into the corner during stoppages. I think Dryden McKay is just getting to get a feel for it right now.
Draw to his right. Gophers win it. Shot deflected, near side corner. Furry's there. Race forward here. Minnesota State in there first. Ryan Sandelin trying to put it on in front. Morton, he's tripped up. Penalty coming. And the Gophers are going to be short again in this line for Mike Hastings, listed as their second line. They're doing some heavy damage here so far.
Yeah, it has been dynamite. Morton with the goal. And Brendan Furry. Sandelin as well with a goal, and Furry, I think, is the catalyst. He's the guy that drives the line. poise yesterday on the game-winning goal, and remarkable story. Had to sit out a year because he signed a national letter of intent with another school. He went to the USHL, and he's a mainstay now.
Second power play chance of the game here for Minnesota State. They had 4 shots on their previous attempt, 0 for 1. Tripping called at 13-18 on Ryan Johnson of Minnesota.
And the Gophers really, with this start, have played right into the Mavericks' hands. Minnesota State, best defense in the league, allowing just 1.58 goals a game, and Dryden McKay feeling like he's about 6'3" right now.
You're not kidding. Here come the Mavericks. 100 seconds to go in this power play chance. Already on top 2-0. Akito Hirose gave the puck up. Now they'll change. Napravnik back to Hirose. Talented young defenseman. Smith with a shot. LaFontaine got a piece. Gophers don't get much on it. Jackson Nelson, can he get it out? No. Down the wall, they kept it in to the Mavericks. Now they'll try this side, and it goes down the sheet. Okay, serving up for Andy Carroll, product of Northfield, Minnesota. And Jake Jaremko to the line. Kester back there first for Minnesota. Lacombe's out there. He's got 2 shorthanded goals this season for the Gophers. Now Walker trying to get in there and get around Carroll. Good work on the PK here by Minnesota. Real good opportunities yet on this man advantage for the Mavericks. 40 seconds left in it. Carroll with some separation from Blake McLaughlin. Around it comes. Lutz couldn't get a handle on that for Minnesota State. Now Furry does, down low. Lutz in front, had Burgess there, they didn't connect. Now Jaremko, left point, takes a look. Drifts down to the goal line. Far circle and unable to corral that. You got under 20 to go on the power play.
Saw Reggie Lutz out there, the senior from Elk River. If he can get a couple shots early in the game, he just whipped one from the angle. Then he starts feeling it, gains confidence, and coaching staff knows he's in for a pretty good outing.
Yep, he is their top threat in terms of shots. This one out of play into the corner, protective netting, and Ryan Johnson's a free man out of the sin bin. We're back to 5-on-5 with 4:41 left here in the opening period. Minnesota State, first ever appearance in the regional final. They're up on Minnesota 2-0. 4:41 to go in the opening period. Ben Holden, Fred Pletch, all of our crew, appreciate all they do. And it's a 2-0 lead here, Fred, for Minnesota State.
Well, they had a good start. They drew a penalty, got in the power play, got a little offensive mojo going, then scored. The goal by Sam Morton on the wraparound. And they really executed what Mike Hastings was hoping they'd be able to do. And that is kind of put a blanket on that dynamic back end that the Gophers have. Winner of this game makes it an all-state of hockey semifinal at the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh, April 8th.
Yep. Left this nugget, Fred. You'll appreciate this. The only other Frozen Four that had 3 teams from the same state. 1992, it was Michigan State, Lake Superior State, and Michigan. Minnesota now gonna lay claim to that. Regardless of who wins this one, you already got Minnesota Duluth in that 5 OT classic last night / morning. I think that game, our game was over 2 hours before that game ended. Amazing contest, and Minnesota Duluth got out of town, ending North Dakota's outstanding season.
What I see is the headline instant classic. Wasn't quite an instant finish in terms of time. Took a while.
No, you and I would have needed about 6 pots of coffee for that thing. Puck on at center now, Minnesota State. Livingstone. I love the line that Mike Hastings said to us about him earlier today when you said, man, what a game. And
well, the pro scouts are all over.
Yeah.
Great game. Ah, son of a gun. Because, I mean, a free agent,
yeah,
an undrafted player, if he's too good,
right,
they're coming calling for him.
Right.
I mean, each NHL team has a full-time guy. dedicated to just finding guys like Jake Livingstone.
Yeah, and then LaFontaine collided with one of his teammates there, and slow to get up there is Mike Kester. Ran into one another behind the net. Kester appears to be good, and speaking of good D-men and young D-men, he's a good one, is Kester. This won't go on the highlight reel, but he is a very good, young, talented player.
He sure is. Maple Leafs draft pick in the 5th round, 2019. And his puck skills are just incredible. To be a pro, he's going to have to work on that explosive skating power, those first 2-3 strides that everybody talks about. And see him comporting himself on the bench.
5th round pick of the Maple Leafs, 2019, won the Reed Larson Award. State of Minnesota as LaFontaine got a penalty coming up here as Sandelin just ran into him. And the Gophers come in and let their feelings be known. So it's going to be a Minnesota power play coming up here with 3:33 to go in the period. Let's look back here, Freddie.
Jack LaFontaine active in goal. And, you know, kind of, let me keep that big trapper in your elbow and help me go down. Jack LaFontaine wears number 45, his dad's number as a Canadian college football linebacker.
Very nice.
Sure. Big John watching back at home in Mississauga and hoping that the power play can get going here for the Gophers. Give his son some aid offensively.
Just 3 shots on the board for Minnesota to this point. First opportunity here with a man advantage.
Gophers power play hasn't clicked for a while. Not in 4 games. Last goal by Scott Reedy, March 6th, the regular season finale against Michigan.
Goalie interference on Ryan Sandelin at 16:27. Big opportunity here for the Gophers, late stages of period 1. And they're going to bring this back inside the zone. I believe it was touched illegally down in front of the Minnesota State bench.
Well, the Mavericks power play was great yesterday. Remember the second period.
Yep.
A two-man advantage for Quinnipiac for a full minute 37 when the Bobcats were up 2-1. And that's a time when your PK has to be right on the money. It was.
In the mid-80s, a good number that Mike Hastings will be happy with. He'll be happy with that too, as it's wired down the sheet. And LaFontaine's got to hold this thing with 3:11 to go. So an ozone draw here for Minnesota State. And they're short-handed here with 3:11 to go in the period.
Some good hustle, good anticipation by Jake Jaremko. He knew his team had a clear. It was right on net, so he was hot on the heels of the Minnesota defenseman coming back to retrieve the puck. You know, some guys are just winners. You put Jake Jaremko in that category. He's won Clark Cups, Pee Wee State Championships, high school championships. He was high school Mr. Minnesota, Mr. Hockey in the state of Minnesota.
Part of that DNA too you're talking about. Guys that are a little bit older, maybe not necessarily him, but guys that have won. Those are the kind of players that Mike Hastings, I mean, every coach likes to get him, but he's got more of them than most teams I've seen this season in college hockey. Under 3 to go in the opening period. 80 seconds to go in this Minnesota power play chance. Bryce Brodzinski, cross ice. Myers trying to pull the trigger. Shot never got through. Back up top now, Kester. He's watched by Furry. Throws it in front. Ranta was there. Didn't get enough to put it home. Hummett's got it tied up in the corner for the Mavericks. They'll take this all day long. 55 seconds to go in the kill for them.
Great puck support by the Mavericks. 3-on-3 down low. They had a defenseman 10 feet away for a quick release in case they gained possession. Didn't need it because they dug the puck free and put her down the ice.
Here's Ben Myers. A complete do-it-all type player is Myers. Had a beautiful play that led to a goal. Bulldozed his way up the right wing side last night. Typified the kind of player he is. He's in the slot now. Wants the puck. Jaremko from Minnesota State kicks it out of the zone. Good effort by him. Under 20 seconds to go. Now Jaremko sees Myers. Lays the body and Myers will head off.
Well, coaches like to identify players early in the game who are going and maybe give some more ice time to. Bob Motzko, he's not seeing much.
Nope, no shots on that power play for Minnesota. Back to 5-on-5 as Sandelin's a free man out of the sin bin. Under 90 to go in the period. 2-0 Minnesota State. 11-3 are the shots, both in favor of the Mavericks. Swept up the wall, and the Providnik waits for it. Short range touch. Finds Nathan Smith, the product of Florida. Good read on the pass, intercepted by Minnesota. Here they come in. Blake McLaughlin trying to kick it back to himself. The Providnik was there and picked up the scraps. Out at center, heavy hit by Nathan Smith there as he wiped out Faber. And another heavy hit. We got a penalty coming inside of the Minnesota line. It's going to be a hook with 52.7 to go.
Yeah, the Gophers wanted a penalty on this hit by Smith, likely for interference, as Brock Faber had not really touched the puck or gained possession. And then right at the defensive blue line for Minnesota, Cade Borchert, the hero of yesterday's game.
Tied it up late. So 1907, a hook. Assessed to Borchert, one-timer coming, down low. Another chance. And McKay's got no goal stick. Myers with that one-time rip. He's got it now. Floats it up top. Kester steps in, missed the target. And the Mavericks get it outside the zone. Half a minute to go in the period. And Myers, two draw to him. He gives it up to Kester. Far side circle. Kester, that one deflected. Blocked in the slot there by Jaremko. Final 15 seconds of the period.
Dryden McKay, Jake McNeely tried to give him his stick, or Jack McNeely, and it was like a bad baton exchange. And good thing the Mavericks got the puck down the ice, because Dryden McKay still didn't have that big goalie stick.
So a 2-0 lead for Minnesota State. Their first ever appearance here in a regional final. Just got their first tournament win yesterday, and they are off to a very good start here after 20 minutes.
The NCAA Hockey Championship is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com.
All right, two teams will head off. Get ready for period number 2 here in Loveland, Colorado. Let's now send you to John Buchagras in the studio for our intermission report. Period coming up momentarily, but first, 8:19 p.m. Eastern time yesterday, Ryan Sandelin on the left scores the game winner for the Mavericks. His dad's team, after 5 overtimes, they won. What a day. Thrilled to be joined by Scott Sandelin. He's won the last 2 national championships. And Scott, what a win for your program last night. Longest game of the history of the sport. Have you slept at all? And what is ringing through your mind still today after that win?
Not much sleep, no. Pretty incredible. It was a great game. I mean, both teams obviously left it on the ice, and we were fortunate to get Luke's goal there in the 5th overtime. And I think I said to the media there, I think they got it ended, but it was a great game, and a lot of ups and downs, a lot of weird things going on in the game, but our guys persevered through, some things and then got it done. So just really proud of the group.
Celebrate, then you put your dad hat on for this game. You have to be so proud of Ryan. And I'm just wondering, you're probably not surprised by the fact that Mike Hastings' Mavericks are up 2-0 after 1, are you?
No, actually I'm not. I think for anybody that was a big win for their team, and kind of how they did it yesterday. And that first game is always the hardest game in that tournament, and I think once you get that game, you kind of settle in, especially with the momentum that you get from winning. And they came out and had a really good first period, and hopefully they can keep it going.
3 Minnesota teams in the Frozen Four. We talked to 2 members of your Minnesota D1 fraternity this morning, and Mike Hastings and Bob Motzko. You just have to be so thrilled, not just for your program, but for the programs in the state, are you?
Yeah, for sure. Right. I mean, obviously we're all good friends, and it was great to see all 5 teams in the tournament. And it's even better to see three teams that are going to be in the Frozen Four. And obviously Brett won today, so happy for him. And obviously we'll see who comes out tonight. But it's awesome for our state, and we're all happy for each other when we have success.
No doubt. Scott, I know this doesn't get old. Your 4th straight Frozen Four. Thanks for your time. Congrats to you and your family, and we appreciate you doing this.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
What an outstanding family, and they're all humble, they're all honest, they all work hard. And I joke with you, Fred, I said if I'm the Sandelin family, the weekend they're having, I'm going out and buying a lottery ticket, man. I mean, this is the stuff of legends, right?
That's a good plan.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan gets a game winner. Minnesota State had never won a tournament game, and his dad's team once again going back to the Frozen Four. It never gets old if they won that game in 5 overtimes. Here we go, seconds underway. Minnesota, the flying Finn Ranta brings it in with Fred Pletch. My name is Ben Holden. Jim Ressler, our producer here in our regional. Rick Bazinski, our director. Freddie, what's front and center after the opening 20 for you in this game?
Well, both these teams during this season have just dominated second period. So if Minnesota can dominate again, get an early kill here, just a half-minute left, and then they have the second period like they've had all season, like they had yesterday, when they were simply outstanding, they'll be in good stead.
Under 20 left in the power play opportunity here for Minnesota. Battle continues in the corner. The 1 and the 2 seeds here in the West Regional in Loveland, Colorado. Dying seconds of the power play here for Minnesota. There's 5 shots on goal to this point. Ahmet doing a bang-up job of chewing up that time. He took a beating in there and allowed Minnesota nothing there.
So the urgency and desperation level from the Mavericks has been apparent since the puck was dropped, hasn't it?
Just it has, Fred. 2 shots on that power play for Minnesota. Now Minnesota State can't get a handle. Now Walker, you hear him. Go walk, go walk. Here he goes, trying to walk in there. But a good job by Andy Carroll. And we've called his name a lot here this weekend in the 2 games. He's been very good on that back end for Mike Hastings. Puck rolled on edge, back into the Gopher end. Ahead for Scott Reedy. Scored a pretty goal last night. Gave the puck away there, though, but it's offside on Minnesota State. The Gophers have it nevertheless. Stonecker now lays it back for Jackson Lacombe. Onto the backhand for McLaughlin. Couldn't handle it. And Minnesota State now, here they come as Napravnik just got away from the head. Good save. That one may have pinged off the pipe down low.
Might have come right back to him for a rebound chance.
Yeah. Mavericks, and this one goes up into the protective netting and on a play, Freddie.
Dallas Gerads muscling his way down the wing. And a couple of opportunities again, and Jack LaFontaine has had to have been the busiest Gopher in the game tonight. He certainly was in the first period, and the Gophers, if they want to claw their way back in this one, have to change that around maybe quickly.
Well, Fred, we're going to have a 3-person booth here for a couple of minutes as we welcome in the wife of Scott Sandelin, the mother of Ryan Sandelin playing in this game, Wendy Sandelin, who's in the suite next to us, has been kind enough to join us. Wendy, thanks for doing this. We really appreciate it. What a weekend for your family. And I asked you between periods, I said, when's the last time you've seen your son score in person? You said you don't have very good luck with that, apparently. We're working on getting that taken care of. We'll get back to Wendy Sandelin. Watching her son, and I'm not going to give the story away. Once we get her on, I'll let her tell the story of where she was and what happened yesterday.
I just want to know if it's tougher being a hockey mom or a hockey spouse.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. So there was a penalty called on Minnesota on Mason Nevers. So Minnesota State back on the power play. 0 for 2 in their 2 opportunities back in the opening frame. It's a big, big momentum changer in this hockey game for both teams. Came right back to Lutz, punched away by LaFontaine. Carroll gets over there. Trying to play it back behind the net. It was way too high for Burgess to knock down, though. He couldn't get a piece of it. And now the Gophers will send it down the sheet.
I thought the Omaha Mavericks looked nervous in their play last night. And
a little bit.
That's what I'm seeing from the Gophers
here.
They're just not making those crisp handles of the puck, but they're an explosive team.
Here's one guy that can do it in a hurry, and that's Blake McLaughlin. Puck went off his stick. Now it's handled by Minnesota State. 55 seconds to go in their power play chance. Trying to extend this to a 3-0 game. 2 in the opening period. Morton and Sandel in the goals, and the puck went out of play. They weren't sure for a minute. Everyone waited, made sure they saw it go up and up the protective netting. We got a face-off coming up here. 42 seconds to go in the Minnesota State power play. Wendy, can you hear us now? All right, so thanks for doing this, number one. So tell us the story, what happened yesterday when your son Ryan scored the overtime winner. All right, we're having some issues audio-wise. We'll work on that. We apologize for the inconvenience there. We'll get that corrected. Back to the hockey game here with half a minute left now in the power play for Minnesota State. Nathan Smith had it poked off his stick. Myers trying to send it around. Now Jackson Nelson off the half wall and down the sheet it goes. Final 15 in the minor to Mason Nevers. One push here if the Mavericks push the pace a little bit.
Let's go.
Ahead at the line, and we get a whistle. 6 seconds remaining in the power play. Wendy, we got it fixed, right? Tell me it's good?
I think so.
Yes, we got you. Thanks so much for your time and your patience. So you and I talked briefly in the intermission. I said, when's the last time you saw your son score in person? You got to share the story when he scored yesterday, the OT winner.
Yes, I was shoveling snow in the driveway. A lot of big moments happen when I'm not actually watching. So I thought if we're going to do it, we're going to do it now. So I went out to shovel some snow, and sure enough, I came back in, and my daughter Katie was screaming and super excited.
What a moment, though, for your son, this program, and then what your husband and his team went through. Have you slept at all?
Not really. Nope. I caught a flight this morning, and it was really exciting. Not a lot of sleep, but it's really fun to be playing this time of year, and my family loves the playoffs.
Well, that's great. It's great that you're here. And Freddie, I know you got a question or two for Wendy while we have her.
Well, is it tougher being a hockey mom or a hockey spouse?
A hockey mom, for sure. No question.
That's what I was expecting.
No question. Yep.
Now, should this score hold, and the Mavericks are headed to Pittsburgh as well, do you have somebody to make you one of those special split hockey jerseys, or will you just go in the Mavericks colors?
I don't know. I may have to look into that, but I'm excited if Ryan and the Mavericks have a chance to have that moment. So it'd be awesome to have them both there.
Wendy, we appreciate you taking a little bit of time, and again, we apologize and appreciate your patience. Best to you, your husband, your daughter, your son Ryan, and both the programs you're rooting for. Thanks for this.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you, Fred.
You're very welcome, Wendy. Wendy Sandlin joining us, and fun stuff. What a weekend. I'm telling you, man, I'd go out and get a lottery ticket. Great weekend for that family. Unbelievable. Back to the hockey game, 14 and a half left here in the second. We'll step aside, take a timeout. Ryan Sandlin and the Mavericks continue to lead 2-0.
NCAA Hockey Championship is brought to you by Dos Equis, a most interesting beer. Please enjoy responsibly.
2-0 Minnesota State on top of Minnesota here early on in the second period. The winner goes on to the Frozen Four to take on St. Cloud State. The NBA Wednesday doubleheader on ESPN, and the ESPN app starts in Boston. And the Celtics duo Jason and Jalen welcome Luka and the Mavs at 7:30 Eastern. That's followed by Giannis and the Bucks in LA playing the Lakers. Coverage begins with Stephen A's pregame Sports Center at 7 Eastern time.
Saw the concerned Gopher fans, the Mavs fans a little bit more relaxed, but
Yeah.
Mavericks 16-6 advantage in shots. They've got 8 blocks. They're winning the majority of the faceoffs. They're playing that heavy, hard game that Mike Hastings wanted to get out of his team.
Yep, it is working so far. Two teams last met the end of December 2019. It was a 2-0 win for Minnesota State in the opening round of the Mariucci Classic. An 18-save shutout for Dryden McKay, one of his 23 career shutouts.
3 shy of Ryan Miller's all-time Division I record. And Dryden says he would just be humbled if, as a senior, that he could eclipse that mark. Ryan Miller, former Michigan State Spartan and the all-time winningest goalie, and all-time winningest American-born goalie.
Yep.
To qualify. He's a great one.
Did you find it in any way a correlation that McKay's favorite team's the Anaheim Ducks?
Well,
No.
a kid from Downers Grove, Illinois.
Yeah.
You know, the Blackhawks didn't get it going until he was a teenager.
True.
Starting to get away to junior.
Yeah.
But, yeah, kind of surprised, although you know how it started.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah,
The
right.
movies, yeah.
Absolutely. Here are the Mavericks now. Stepping into it, and a Provident nifty move there, but Faber got some help from Scott Reedy, a veteran. And the 18-year-old Faber, 5 assists last night, but they have yet to get anything going of anything noteworthy offensively, the Gophers, in this game yet. There you see the traffic there up the middle. A 2-1-2 look. Now Carroll's got it. He's been active in this game. Ahmet enters the zone, loads and fires. LaFontaine got a piece, and that was swept out of harm's way. Gophers knocking that puck out of there, and it's played ahead by Brinkman, who was great last night for them. The Dallas Stars draft pick. Here's Brandon McManus. Laid it back there. Ranta couldn't get to it. Now it's jumped on by the big boy up the right wing, Dewar. Dewar still with it. Takes a look, was trying to go to Gerard's in the slot. Here's a chance. McNeely off the end wall. Rebound came out there. Gerard's has got it, and LaFontaine is right where he needed to be to make the save. 16 seconds shy of the 8-minute mark.
Well, the Mavs are buzzing. Barreling down the wing, getting shots from the point. You see the traffic in front. Shane McMahon inserted into the lineup today. Mike Hastings saying, yeah, I'll put the Lakewood, Colorado native in as we head for Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks' time.
3 teams from the state of Minnesota will be in the Frozen Four. Just a question of which one of these two schools separated by 81 miles. And we mentioned that graphic earlier. The last time 3 from the same state came from the great state of Michigan.
Jeff Jackson and the Lakers winning that one.
Ron Mason and the legend Red Berenson running those programs back in the day. Tied up in the corner, Ryan Johnson, Jack Purvix from Minnesota trying to dig this thing out of there and get something going, but the Mavericks working well below the face-off dots and below the goal line in this situation. Came free, 2-on-2 chance here for Minnesota. They'll float it in. Munson will give chase against McNeely. Rossi helps out, got it free. Played ahead, now a 2-on-2 chance if they hurry for the Mavericks, but it never really materializes. Gophers now turn it back the other way, trying to get something going. Again, that 2-1-2. Tough to get through and up the middle of the sheet. Lutz trying to get that puck to settle from his knees, and he sweeps it in deep. Jackson Lacombe touched it on, not much speed on it. Nevers had to give it back to him with Sandelin and Furry in there on the forecheck. Turned over, Ryan Sandelin lost it. Now Faber laid it back there, miscommunication. LaFontaine will slow it for Lacombe. Ahead at the line, Brodzinski trying to take that on the backhand. His brother Easton headed to the Frozen Four with St. Cloud State. Brother Mike, a former Gopher, and other brother Johnny, a former St. Cloud State Husky, now the Rangers system. Now Kester with it. Trying to shake Porcher, got around Morton, put it in front, good look there, opportunity there for Burke. and it won't go. Now Myers, bothered by Furry, forces him out near the line. Into the slot, off the glass, and outside of the zone. Good heat there from the Gophers, Fred.
Yeah, their best zone time of this game. And it started with Ben Myers and the back end.
Here's Brinkman now, banks it ahead. Now it's Smolik, slings one ahead at the line for Nathan Smith. Smith pulls the trigger, and LaFontaine had the angle played right there. Napravnik now, in such a key part of their team. Now Borchert, game-tying goal late yesterday. A little over a minute to go in the hockey game. They were down 3-1 to Quinnipiac and grinded one out to win 4-3. McLaughlin trying to get it around Carroll. I swear Carroll's been on the ice the entire game.
He has been so effective. And when the Gophers do dump the puck in, it's the Minnesota State D just making short release plays, finding the open man, going tape to tape, and the Gophers offense a flustered bunch right now.
19-6 of the shots on goal so far in the game in favor of the Mavericks of Minnesota State. And Gerards went feet first into the boards. No harm done. He's fine. He's on top of the paint, wanting the puck. Staudiker's keeping an eye on him now. Brandon McManus had his pocket picked by McMahon. At the line, sent in deep by Dewar. Gerards near side. He took another heavy shot in there. Staudiker, he's their muscle. He and Brinkman on the back end, a heavy hit delivered. McNeely across for Hirose. Now Dewar trying to snap one off. It was deflected by McManus. See what Sampo Ranta can do. It doesn't take him much. Hirose played him nicely.
Hirose, he's got good feet. He's a great defender because of those elite feet.
Younger brother of Terrell Hirose, a former college player at Michigan State, now with the Detroit organization. Coming up on 8 to play here in the period. 19-6 the shots. Here comes Sorensen. Good job back there by Gerards. He's been out there forever. Long shift for this group. McMahon and Dewar, the other two on that line. McNeely. They'll get it out of the zone. Minnesota changing up. They get Myers on with Brodzinski up front. And Burke will come on as well, the other forward for Bob Motzko's crew. Slinging ahead at center. Now Burke had a chance his last shift. Peels back, lays it back. Favor scored a beauty last night. That's blocked. Burgess got a piece. Now Burgess chipped it into space. 7:25 to go in the second. 2-0 Minnesota State.
Double digits in blocks for the Mavericks. They have really come to the defense of their goalie, Dryden McKay. He's the last line, but there's been layers of lines of defense in front of him.
Yep. You got to have those things right this time of the year. You got to sell out in every form of the game. Wyatt Almond takes a look. And this one deflected. I thought maybe you and I'd get one, but that one went a little to our right. Up and out of play. 7 left in period 2. Gophers trying to get on the board. We'll see if they do, and we'll get you back. The NCAA Frozen Four is heading to Pittsburgh. The action gets going Thursday, April 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the 2021 NCAA Frozen Four, visit ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Which team here in beautiful Loveland, Colorado is going to plant the flag on the top of the mountain here in the West, Freddie? Right now, Minnesota State with a 2-0 lead.
Well, will they all take the same charter to Pittsburgh, those
Right.
3 Minnesota teams?
Right.
Really is an incredible story. And I think it's a validation as you look at those numbers. To me, that's a validation of Minnesota's development system, the community-based hockey. The kids, when they're 7 years old, yeah, their idols might be players in the Wild, but more often than not, just the players in the high school team. And it also encourages multi-sport athletes. They play high school hockey. Yeah, they can play baseball. They can play football. They can play other sports. That's the way to do it, and that's what USA Hockey recommends too.
There is no better state in the country with developing young players in the state of Minnesota. You and I have been all over. Those in the hockey circle know it. It's true. They know how to do it, and they do it right. And it's a prime example of what you just talked about. All these players, over 100 in the tournament. A landslide in terms of where players were from on the 16 teams that were initially invited to the tournament. We lost a couple, unfortunately, but you get my point. So a little over 6 to go here, Freddie, and this looks like more of the same what you and I saw in those that are fans of the Mavericks yesterday in that second period. They had a ton of zone time. They just keep working below the faceoff dots.
Mavericks have outscored the opposition by 24 goals in the second period. Minnesota by 21 during the season, and they've kind of neutralized one another to a standstill.
Here come the Gophers in tight. McKay got over there. Stoneker with a shot through traffic. Nelson set him up. Jackson Nelson, he is a load. An ultra-talented player who's young and continues to get better every day.
I thought with that 6'4" reach of Nelson's, the wraparound opportunity was there.
I was thinking that too, and McKay, he got over there. He never got the chance. Here's Smith, never afraid to fire the puck. Now Providence got it, lost it. Now Smith came in, helped out. Bouncing puck now. Touched on ahead by Ranta. Jack Perbix. Trying to make something happen out there with Cullen Munson, who's always got energy on the ice. Brinkman throws it down through the corner. Inside the line it goes. 5 and counting left here in the second. Johnny Sorensen started it. Now it's Ben Brinkman. Pressure from McMahon there on the F1 pressure. In deep, Dryden McKay. And connect on the pass. Kester's got it, walks down the wall. Sorensen in front, didn't get much on it, defended tightly. Up top now, Faber. He'll snap one in there. Hit a body, looking for Perbix. Perbix finds it, plays it back. Munson shot, never got away. Again, Minnesota State, a brick wall in front of Dryden McKay. Quickly ahead, Myers onto the sheet, feeds it ahead for Burke. He lost it. Brodzinski had to navigate around a defender and did. Nice look. Puck came free in the high slot. Flipped out of there by Lutz. Lutz in there on the pressure. Myers across the sheet. He goes with it. He'll get it back.
You would have told me before the game, 36 minutes in, the Gophers would have 7 shots on net. Absolutely no way.
I'm right there with you, and I think most are. The way they looked last night, putting up 7.
And sometimes the goals come too easy, don't they?
Yeah, they can, right?
And it can't carry over, doesn't carry over to the next game, next opponent.
Minnesota State team dialed in here so far. Brodzinski with a good shot down low and a left pad save by Dryden McKay. Sandelin backhanded it, got it out through center. Bouncing puck now, Furry comes in, runs out of room. Nicely defended by Stoneker. Put it back behind the net, looking for Morton. 2 of the 3 on this line for the Mavericks have scored. Morton and Sandelin have the goals for Minnesota State. Approaching 3 left here in the second. McLaughlin in front, easy one there for Dryden McKay with 3 to go in period number 2. 2-0. Minnesota State continues to lead the final 3 here in the second when we come back. The NCAA Women's Championship continues tomorrow night on ESPN with a couple of interesting Elite 8 matchups. It starts at 7 Eastern with a pair of heavyweights, number 2 Baylor, number 1 UConn. They've combined, they will play in their 36th Elite 8. That's followed by Indiana and Arizona. A couple of newcomers in their first go-around in the Elite 8. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app.
Well, this format, 3 commercial timeouts each period, long intermissions, kind of plays into Mike Hastings' hands.
Yeah.
Trip to the Frozen 4 on the line. If he wants to get down to 3 lines, 4-5D early, why not? And you know, he's made sparing use of a couple of forwards right now, and you know, the guys that he's throwing out every third shift or so, they are just playing as if their season's on the line and they want to get to the ultimate big dance.
That's right. Pittsburgh, 2 weeks. Job coming back there by Minnesota. Sandelin missed on it. Another opportunity there. Didn't get it on net. McLaughlin played it up the wall. Gophers get it out. 2:40 and counting to go in the second. Fontaine gloves, slides it on for Jackson Lacombe. Dewar pressuring the puck. Gophers get inside the zone. That's Scott Reedy. Sends it in deep. Walker will get over to this puck first. Blake McLaughlin on the goal line. And a pinball one off of McKay there. Came back to him. Now he gets it up top. Kester with it. Kester got some room, and that one deflects up and out of play into the netting with 2:10 to go in period 2.
Born to be a goalie, perhaps, Dryden McKay. His birth announcement didn't say it's a boy. It said it's a goalie. And this is to Dryden McKay at age 1. Each of us with a name we proudly bear. All the best. Ken Dryden. And wearing number 29, Dad Ross, a goalie coach, still mentors young goalies on the ice in the Chicagoland area.
You had a couple of good ones when you guys were together with the Freeze, right?
Craig Anderson, Jason Bacashua.
Good old Cash.
Ross was on the ice with them, and he got that sign through his connection with Tom Mitchell, who owned the Binghamton team in the American Hockey League, and Tom knew Ken Dryden, so boy, what a keepsake to have.
That's great stuff.
And the best part, Ken Dryden, of course, college goalie, and we saw the Ken Dryden Award winner Keith Petruzzelli last night.
Yeah, for Quinnipiac. Minnesota here with 80 seconds remaining in the period, trying to get one by McKay. Just 9 shots for Minnesota to this point.
Mavericks have more blocks, a dozen.
Yeah.
And shots by the Gophers.
This is Burke with it. Left it there. Brodzinski's never seen a shot he doesn't like. It didn't get to the net though. Bouncing puck now. Borchert settles it down. Got it ahead for Nathan Smith. Nathan Smith defended tightly, nicely by Brinkman. Put in front. And it came free. Now Minnesota will turn. Ben Myers, cross ice look. Challenge there is the Gopher winger by Reese Smolik. 40 seconds remain in the period. This one will slide down. It'll be an icing. And they'll halt the clock with 34.4 to go in the period.
Well, 2 days ago, we watched the Bemidji State Beavers take down the Wisconsin Badgers. Bemidji losing the next day, but this is kind of the same matchup. Bemidji, older, stronger team, has been a team, guys that, play a structured system, play it well. They're not going to go up and down with you. And Minnesota State has just stuck to their game plan and been relentless, I think would be the word.
That's a good word for it. You're right. They have been that. 3 Gophers down there around the puck. Borchert has it tied up in there. Under 20 to go in the period. One last push here maybe for the Gophers. Blake McLaughlin flipped it in there. Couldn't get to it. McNeely couldn't handle it. And the Mavericks will be happy to just chew the time up. And after 40, McLaughlin in there a little bit with Hirose, and that's it for 2, Fred.
You mentioned Hirose. He's had a whale of a game defensively. Just a freshman, but it was kind of apropos. He's protecting the puck along the wall as the final buzzer goes to this second period.
All right, 40 in the books. The final piece in the Frozen Four puzzle. Who's it going to be, the Gophers or the Mavericks? Third's coming up. Now we get you to John Buchagras in the studio for intermission. Before 8 Mountain Time here in Loveland, Colorado. We're about a half an hour north of downtown Denver with Fred Pletch. My name is Ben Holden. Jim Ressler, our producer, Rick Wazinski, our director, and Minnesota State, Fred. They are 20 minutes away from their first ever Frozen Four appearance, and those numbers, well, they're pretty telling.
as you look at Mike Hastings and you hear teams say, well, we want to play Mavericks hockey or we want to play Gophers hockey. Minnesota State has executed Mavs hockey to a T. They got in front early. They have been hard on pucks. They've been heavy. They've made the Minnesota defense play with their toes to the glass, as Mike Hastings wanted, not their toes to the glass in the Minnesota State end. And Dryden McKay, you know, with all the shutouts he's had, he said, yeah, there have been a lot of shutouts where we haven't given up much as a team. It's been a team game for me. And with the Gophers, 9 shots on goal, the Mavericks 13 blocks. Dryden McKay has had a boatload of support.
Sure has. The winner of this one on to Pittsburgh. They'll take on out of the NCHC, the Huskies of St. Cloud State. Congrats to Brett Larson and his guys making it through. They defeated Boston College in the other regional final in Albany earlier today. On the side of the bracket, Minnesota Duluth, who won that historic, epic 5 overtime game against North Dakota, will take on UMass. They're becoming a regular fixture in the Frozen Four as well.
Greg Carvel leaving St. Lawrence, taking over that UMass program, and what a job he's done.
Here's Scott Reedy on a 9-iron off his stick up into the netting, and following up on what we were just talking about with St. Cloud in the bracket. There it is. Minnesota Duluth in their 4th straight Frozen Four.
And that's a tribute to Scott Sandelin. You talked about the humility he brings to the rink. Trusts his recruiters to bring him the type of players that fit into his system. And they survived the marathon last night. Had to take out their starting goalie who cramped up.
Unbelievable.
Put in a young man who'd been sitting around for 5 hours. Wow.
So you want to be a goalie, huh? Here's Akito Hiroshi. Short range touch ahead for Julian Napravnik. Gains the line. Shot didn't get through. Defended tightly there by Brock Faber. Into the corner. The Mavericks. Cade Borchard in there with Nathan Smith trying to go in front for Napravnik. There was Borchard. Bouncing puck now. Blake McLaughlin trying to get to it. Can't. 21-9 are the shots. Minnesota State, they lead on the board where it counts 2-0. LaFontaine drops that for Ryan Johnson. First rounder of the Buffalo Sabres. Goal last night. Here's Ranta, 3rd rounder of Colorado. Laid it back there for Jackson Nelson. He was bodied. Now the Mavericks throw it to the side. Nelson gets it back from the circle, fanned on it. Now Wyatt Allman using the half wall over there to bounce one out to center.
Mason Nevers back up on that line with Ranta and Nelson. With Brandon McManus banged up last night, had to leave the game, so he's not 100%. And we'll keep a close eye on the Gophers line combinations. Remember the Michigan State game, after 2 periods, things weren't going. Didn't have the karma going for the Gophers offense, and Bob Motzko really put some different combinations out there. You say different combinations, but guys who've played together in previous games, obviously.
Yep, in that game, as this one's gobbled up off the shoulder of McKay, and in that game, it took a Bryce Brodzinski goal late. It was 2 weeks ago today for Bob Motzko's team before Sampo Ranta won it about halfway through overtime, and decorated career for Motzko trying to get his team back to the Frozen Four of this program for the first time and go back to it for the first time since 2013 when he was coaching St. Cloud State then.
Make no mistake, Bob Motzko knew the depth and experience of this Mavericks team coming into this game and said with Mike Hastings, tonight will be one of the toughest games we've ever played, and he was right on the money, was he not?
Sure has been so far. Tough to end someone's season. Long way to go. 17.5 in this one. At center, Minnesota. Body there. Sorensen was bodied. Good work turned in by Minnesota State. Once again, they've been in the face of Minnesota all night. Furry in on the pressure. Gophers release it momentarily. Livingstone. His shot deflected. Furry trying to win a battle. Near side corner in there. He's in there with Lacombe. Now Nathan Smith in there with Lacombe. Came free to the line. Smolik threw it in deep. Nifty move by Lacombe there to get away from the would-be hit. And Burke trying to get free. Had to lay it back in the middle.
Gophers defensemen, they just haven't had opportunities to jump into the rush. Obviously the decision to do that is made in the defensive zone, and they've just been under so much duress they have not had an opportunity to head up ice.
Purple and gold in their face all night. There's Livingstone. We touched on him in the open. Such an impact in their win yesterday, the first tournament win in program history for Minnesota State. He was great. And Probnick's been great for him all season. In deep it went. Gophers on it. Jaremko trying to intercept that pass, but it's Ben Myers. He's slowed at the line. And Burgess got it free into the hands of Andy Carroll, who has played a ton here tonight. Look out. Walker just got his head up in time there. That could have been messy. Faber comes back to play it. Ahead at the red. Back pass there to Sammy Walker. Gets in, but defended nicely in there by McNeely. Down the wall, Minnesota now. Stoniker handcuffed him, and he did a good job to keep that in. It was right on the line. Blake McLaughlin now. In tight. Twig flying. It was the stick of Dewar. He goes back to get it. Minnesota back in their own end. Johnson quickly ahead. No ice. Morosi. Or Gerads. To the red and in. Kester kept it away from Gerads. Up the middle. Ranta had to play it off his skate, trying to find it. Sandelin had him in his sights. Now McKay. Livingstone. Dangerous play there. Didn't connect with McMahon. Battle continues. Now Lacombe drives a shot, and McKay able to keep that one out of the back of the net. Trying to go on the side of the crease for Nelson. The pass never got to him. Sampo Ranta doesn't need much. Flipped it in front, right onto the stick though of McMahon. He can't get it out. Gloved down by Lacombe and sent back in below the goal line. Hit the linesman there. Kester fed it ahead. Ranta flips it in. Line change for Bob Motzko's group. Coming up on the 6-minute mark here in the third period in a 2-0 game in favor of Minnesota State. Borchert gains the line. Snaps one in. Punched away with a blocker by LaFontaine. Smith gave it off. Furry turns and sweeps it in deep as he goes for the change. Left wing side. Smith finishes his check there in true hockey fashion, taking the player down on the wall. Sorensen now. Minnesota State, they turn it over. It's on the stick of Faber. At the center, Myers looking for a little space. Space has been hard to come by in this game for Minnesota. 5 bodies around the puck. Napravnik's got it now. Line change, he'll flip it in.
He's been sharp defensively. He knows they don't need a third goal.
Here's a chance through the paint. Lutz throws it in front. Jaremko is there. Gophers wait for it. Near side, Bryce Brodzinski. Touched it on to Munson, who slowed in his tracks by Wyatt Allman. Around it comes for Burgess. Stoniker going for the big hit. Got more of the linesman than he did the player. Hazard pay. Stoniker ahead, left for Walker. Under 13 to go. Penalty coming up. As Walker had his stick knocked out of his hands, it'll be a slash. And Minnesota, when we come back, will have a power play chance. What else do you expect? Physical, hard-hitting affair. These two teams trying to go to the Frozen Four. The NCAA Frozen Four heads to Pittsburgh. The action begins on Thursday, April 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the 2021 NCAA Frozen Four, visit ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Speaking of which, the NCAA Women's Championship continues tomorrow night on ESPN with a couple of interesting Elite Eight matchups. It starts at 7 Eastern. Pair of heavyweights, number 2 Baylor, number 1 UConn. They will combine to play in their 36th Elite Eight, followed by Indiana, Arizona, 2 in the Elite Eight for the first time.
Gophers have not scored a power play since March 6th. With special teams are always a case of what have you done for me lately, and this is a case of double jeopardy for the Mavericks because Akito Hiroshi is one of their go-to guys in the back end for Minnesota State on the PK.
So Minnesota with its 3rd power play chance in the hockey game. They've generated just 2 shots on those 2 power plays. 10 in the game's all they've got. Boatload of talent on this Minnesota team. All they need is 1 chance. Trying to make this a 1-shot game. Walker, right wing side. Off the skate of McMahon, and the Mavericks get it out of the zone again.
Maybe a little rushed on the power play. Need to slow it down once they gain zone entry like Sammy Walker just did.
Here they come again. Myers patient with it. Takes a look. Decides to give it off to Lacombe. Myers gets it back now. Good stick from Ahmed. Trying to the goal line. Ranta, and off the goal stick of Dryden McKay with 63 seconds to go in the Gopher power play chance.
Well, Dryden McKay, 3 straight years has had the lowest goals against average in the WCHA. The only other goalie to do that, you might know his name, Tony Esposito.
Heard of him. Elite company.
Blackhawks legend. Dryden McKay, not a Blackhawks fan growing up. He liked the Mighty Ducks because of the movie.
There's a chance and a flash of leather there from Dryden McKay right on cue.
And that's Dryden McKay, his understanding of the game. He knows everybody's covered. Off to his left, come out, challenge, reduce what the shooter sees as far as net coverage goes. And Dryden McKay, he can earn his keep right here on the Minnesota power play.
You talked about it, Fred, when we came on the air at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 7 Central about McKay, and he had to have a game to remember, and so far, still a lot of time left. He's done just that. So is the guys in front of him as well. And the point you made about the defensive effort of this entire team, and they've just turned it up a couple of notches in that regard. And I think even more so than yesterday's game.
Yeah, and it's been like that all season for Dryden McKay. He knows his job is to stop that first shot, and he puts rebounds into good areas from a defensive standpoint, but he also knows if there's a scramble around him, he's usually got not just the D, but at least 1, maybe 2 forwards collapsing back down, and they're corralling those rebounds and moving it the other way.
Off the draw, right in on LaFontaine. 40 seconds remain in this Minnesota power play. Brock Faber. Another reach of Scott Reedy, and an easy clear down the sheet it goes again for Minnesota State. Combs pass on the tape of Walker. Can't get in. 2 guys right there clogging it up. Sandelin and McMahon. Textbook. Under 10 to go in the Gopher power play chance. Inside of 11 left here in the 3rd. Gophers bank it around. Waiting for it is Reedy. Shoved it on to Faber. Out of the sin bin is Akito Hiroshi. We're back to 5-on-5 as he's a free man with 10:40 to play in the 3rd period. Gophers work it free. Blake McLaughlin had it knocked off his stick. Borchert knocked it down, but they're going to wave this down for a high stick as Borchert knocked it down with a toe of his blade.
Borchert kept the game alive yesterday. Game-tying extra attacker goal with 62 ticks left on the clock. Jake Livingstone with a great play, but look at that defense at the line. Not much room for the Minnesota puck carriers when they're crossing the Mavericks blue line all game long.
So 4 shots for Minnesota. Now in 3 power play chances. Nothing to show for it. And Kravnik far side. Left the puck, cross ice, good, they score! A rip to gut by LaFontaine! It looked like he got it with his blocker, but it got by him. Nathan Smith and company, 3-0 lead.
This is exactly everything that the Mavericks bring to the table. Napravnik wins a battle along the wall. Stepping in is Borchert. Gets it over. And Nathan Smith, who's been encouraged to shoot more. He was thinking only one-timer right there. And the Winnipeg Jets' third-round draft pick has given the lower-seeded Mavericks a 3-goal cushion here with under 10 to go.
Second goal of the weekend for Nathan Smith. He had 5 shots yesterday. Now Minnesota's got to throw every appliance in the kitchen at him at this point. As icing is called here with 9:42 to go in the third period.
Nathan Smith out of Hudson, Florida. Scouting report, unique skill level, ability to handle pucks. Stuff you don't see very often, and what you don't see very often is a one-timer like that. Beat Jack LaFontaine, who's pretty good moving laterally.
Dallas Gerard's there going off. I'm going to tend to him, the trainer.
One of the seniors on this Mavericks team out of Blaine, Minnesota.
Face off to the right. McKay had to make a big stop there, and he did.
He got help from Brendan Furry right there to clear. Mike Hastings had 2 centermen out on the ice, which he will do the rest of the way.
Touched on, chance right in, and a good stop there by LaFontaine on Dewar. Nearly made it 4-0 Minnesota State. Coming up on 9 to play in the third period. Munson knocked down to the seat of his pants by Ahmet. 9:12 remaining in the third. Minnesota State on top of their in-state rivals. Minnesota 3-0 with a trip to the Frozen Four on the line. The NBA Wednesday doubleheader on ESPN and the ESPN app starts in Boston when the Celtics duo of Jason and Jalen welcome Luka and the Mavs at 7:30 Eastern. It's followed by Giannis and the Bucks in LA playing the Lakers. Coverage gets going with Stephen A's pregame Sports Center at 7 Eastern. Wendy Sandelin made her way to town today. We talked with her and her husband Scott earlier in the game. Scott's back in Duluth after a 5 OT thriller as they advance to their 4th consecutive Frozen Four, and their son Ryan's been a huge part of their success this weekend at this point for Minnesota State.
Sure has. Overtime game winner last night against Quinnipiac. Nice tip. Second goal today that put the Mavs into a comfort level. They're a team that usually gets ahead, plays ahead. They've led 18 times, now 19 times after 2 periods this season. It's a team that's only played 26 games. They don't like playing from behind, and they haven't had to.
Yep, these 2 teams entered the 2 highest win percentages in college hockey this season. There's the young man we've been talking about, and making his mark here in this tournament. This is the Minnesota State team getting their first win yesterday. That was something that they've been trying for a long time, going back to 2003. Draw to the right here of Dryden McKay. 9:01 to play in the third. Gophers win the draw. Faber. Deflected wide, near side corner. Scott Reedy, pestered by Hirose. Hirose into Lutz, and that one's going to go into the Minnesota State bench.
And you really have to tip your hat to this entire Minnesota State defensive core. Jake Livingstone, Akito Hirose, the 2 freshmen, Andy Carroll, Wyatt Ahmet have had outstanding games, and then they've got the leadership of their captain, the WCHA third-teamer, Reese Smolik.
Win percentages I mentioned there, 827 and 800. Minnesota State and Minnesota respectively. McManus on the ice there. Fred talked about him earlier. He was dinged up in pretty good fashion, but they need him now. He wouldn't miss this thing. You know he's going to try and give it a go. Number 7 in white for the Gophers.
We've seen it all game. Corner battles, 3-on-3 battle. It's the Mavericks coming out of that pile with the puck, short release, and they're on their way to getting out of the zone.
Yep.
And that's, I attribute that to the size and strength, maturity, age difference between these two teams. You know, Bob Motzko, a lot of teenagers in their lineup, and sometimes you get in tough weekends, tough back-to-back games, and it's more difficult as Mike Hastings calls a timeout with his team icing the puck. It's more difficult when you're younger. That size and strength issue is more of a factor when you have to battle it in the second game of back-to-backs.
So 8:10 to play here, and we look back at our game summary, and neither team's struck in the power play, but the 15 shots, I mean, for Minnesota, that is incredibly unlike them, but you got to give the team in purple the credit for that, as you have, and I'm sure most watching have throughout this game.
Well, block shot 17, and as you know, Ben, eating frozen vulcanized rubber is an acquired taste.
That's right. I've heard that.
and the Mavericks D has certainly feasted tonight.
Dryden McKay, look at some of his resume reel today.
Again, you see the save, you see 3 of his teammates right there.
Yep. Everybody to the paint. 8:10 remaining in the hockey game. 3-0 Minnesota State. Winner advances to take on St. Cloud State in the Frozen Four. Jackson Lacombe plays it ahead off a Maverick stick, and it came free there to Jack McNeely. He plays it into open space. Now Faber pestered in there by Ryan Sandelin. Game free. Gophers wrapping around this way. Rossi could not keep, but calmly slides it for McNeely, who plays it up the right wing side. Fontaine out of there. Furry gets it back in behind the net. Dewar comes in, couldn't get it for Minnesota State. The Mavericks have it tied up. That's Gerads. Out near the line. Couldn't get it in deep, and now we'll play it back for Ahmed, who's played a whale of a game, number 7 for the Mavericks. Same corner we were just in, came free to Ryan Johnson. Johnson head up, takes a look, left wing side, tight quarters there. Puck deflects in, Ahmed banked it around. And Gerads again as we come up on 7 remaining in the third. Johnson, McLaughlin left it there, Reedy with speed. Reedy can't get through again, clogged up right in the middle. McMahon takes a shot from McLaughlin. Puck came free now, and Livingstone trying to fire it ahead. Faber comes up with it though. Both teams getting fresh bodies on. McManus, Ranta, and Nelson on for Minnesota. Can they generate a first goal here for the Gophers?
The urgency with which the Mavericks are getting to the puck, if you didn't know, you'd think they're behind 3-zip.
Yeah. They have not let their foot off the gas pedal. They have made it incredibly difficult for Minnesota. Ranta comes in, flipped it in front. No Gopher, though, could get it on that pass. Lacombe's got it now. Ranta winds and fires, missed it. Well, the Mavericks, they get it down the ice again, but it's going to be an icing. With 5:54 remaining in the third. Mike Hastings, who went to St. Cloud State, spent time under the legendary Herb Brooks, and in the last 4 years, the Mavericks have won more games than any team in college hockey. You got to go all the way back as well. You can to 9 seasons ago. Mike Hastings' first season in Mankato with the Maverick program, and they've won more in that span as well. I mean, the guy has won at every single level he's been at.
And Mike told us this morning, you know, what was Herb Brooks' philosophy, and it was let him play. He always instilled in us that you got to drive your own bus. But on the bench, Herb was watching the game, but he was watching the players to see who wanted to get out there, who wanted their name called. And I think as he goes down his bench today, they all wanted to get out there.
They sure have. 5:43 remaining in the third. Gophers win the draw. Faber jumping down. Expect to see that a lot here. They have to at this point. No movement from LaFontaine at this point. In front, Munson with a chance. He's denied. Rossi in there in a battle with Munson. The Mavericks come away with it on the stick of Andy Carroll. Knocked down at center by Faber. Now Lacombe. Kravnik in there, creating havoc. Walker trying to play it off the half wall. Tough handle. Reedy's in. He backhanded one, missed it. Kravnik lost the puck battle with Walker. Laughlin trying to get a stick on it. Johnson down the wall, got it back in behind the net. Gophers try to jam one in. Walker, and he goes down, and he is dropped in the paint, and it's a jailbreak to the paint. McLaughlin lost his bucket. Still unfurling the bodies, and blows continue to be exchanged in there.
Didn't think you could fit 10 players in the paint, but they were all there. Minnesota State 4:46 away from punching their ticket to Pittsburgh in the Frozen Four.
Great to hear that music again. Here's the situation. Minnesota Duluth and UMass on one side. St. Cloud State watching this one very closely. They get the winner on the other side. April 8th in Pittsburgh in the Frozen Four. Along with Fred Pletch, my name is Ben Holden. Minnesota State, a 3-0 lead. 26-15 they lead in the shots on goal department as well. Stymieing this potent Minnesota offensive attack so far with a lockdown defensive effort. LaFontaine bottled that one for. He's got it. Wraps around. He missed it. He had a goal on his stick and couldn't finish it.
Well, you want to be quick, you want to hurry, and he was too quick.
Here's Ranta. Livingstone went down. Gophers out in front. That one blocks. Molek got a piece of it. Now Lacombe across. In front, that one blocked away. Livingstone, Gophers with another chance, and McKay denied him there. 4 minutes to go, and the Gophers putting everything they can on the Mavericks. Mavericks have it, and lob it inside the zone. Dewar, that big body in there, got around Munson. Now the Gophers trying to get this puck and get moving up ice. Perbix floats it into the corner. Ben Myers can't get there. The puck around to Dewar. And it rolls and slides back outside the line again. Girad's pressuring Faber. Now Perbix, LaFontaine's. Ah, what a save! Oh, Dryden McKay with a flash of leather with 3:15 to go.
The 22-year-old sophomore, Brendan Furry. See him, little frustration, little bobble by Jack LaFontaine. He went down. That would have ended it. And then Dryden McKay, flashing leather. Late man comes in, and Dryden McKay, that aggressive depth at the top of the blue paint, and he keeps the 0 intact.
Jack LaFontaine, Fred, is on the bench for Minnesota. 3:11 to go. Here's LaFontaine on the bench. 6 attackers on for Minnesota now.
Little huddle up by the officiating crew here. We have not mentioned their names. Peter Schlittenhart and Jeremy Tufts, the referees, William Kingdon and Nick Bergani working the lines, and they're going to go check, make sure they've got it right.
Well, Minnesota State down in that game, and whatever was said, whatever the moment was that changed it, they have scored 6 straight since.
Well, a fellow WCHA coach said this week, you know, Mike Hastings is thorough, he's tactical, recruits supremely competitive athletes, and he thought that Mike Hastings might be the MVP of the Mavericks this season. His best coaching job, and he's had some dandies, and he's gotten as much out of this team as others in the past. Talent still good, and we've seen that on display.
Yeah.
But maybe less overall individual talent than in past years. And you can see Mike Hastings coaching till the final whistle here tonight.
Been at it a long time. Both men have the strong ties to the great state of Minnesota. LaFontaine just below the hash marks, waiting for his team. He hopes to get this puck in, and he'll be streaking towards the bench. Walker's got it. Here comes LaFontaine. Extra attacker is Ranta. Johnson trying to keep it away from Borchert. Johnson gets it, throws it in front. Bouncing puck, can't get it. Mavericks have it. Lost it.
And who was there again? Julian Napravnik to scoop up that rebound and get the Mavericks out of their own zone. He's done it all. Offensive player of the year in the WCHA, but his defense has been outstanding in this game too.
Sure has. Mavericks have it again, trying to get this puck out. They do. 2.5 to go. 3-0 Minnesota State. Amit's got it. Near side corner. Up and around. Gerard's empty netter. Got it! 4-0 Mavericks.
Doesn't this sum up the grit, the determination, the intelligence of this Mavericks team? Dallas Gerards, earlier this period, we saw him limping off to the dressing room. Nothing was going to keep him out of this game, and
Bar down.
He made sure he crossed the red line. Yeah, then I'll go bar down for the empty netter, and our ride to Pittsburgh.
What an effort by this Minnesota State team. Coming up on just 2 minutes remaining, and they're up by 4. Mavericks, and we get a whistle here. Got a penalty coming up.
So the sun is setting on the 100th season of Gophers hockey, but this is a Mavericks team that keeps the WCHA alive.
They do. Good point, Freddie. They
WCHA
do.
founded in the 1959-60 season. Before that, 1951, it started out as the Midwest Collegiate Hockey League, and it's only fitting. I mean, the WCHA over the years produced so many outstanding teams, players, national championships, and Mike Hastings will get a kick at the Frozen Four championship as the last surviving playing WCHA squad.
Great stuff. Incredible conference over all those years. So a slash called on McNeely. Minnesota with its 4th power play. They're 0 for 3, of course. They've got 4 shots on it. LaFontaine heads off. Ranta hops on. Empty net, Minnesota. Ben Myers up top, Lacombe. Lacombe will get it back. 100 seconds left in a hockey game. They throw it in front. Puck is loose. And Jaremko off the glass, and Lacombe cannot keep it in. Very close, but he did not keep it in. So you got 1:30 to go in the game. The power play for another 87 seconds. The family affair continues. Ryan Sandel and his mom Wendy here. Dad Scott back home. Around she goes. Walker. Puck on edge. 80 seconds and counting left in the hockey game. Ben Myers. Now Lacombe. Myers. Back for Lacombe. They want the one-timer in that left circle. Goal line, Ranta. Another opportunity, and Dryden McKay with 63 seconds left in the game will freeze it.
Sampo Ranta in real tight against Dryden McKay, who butterflied. You have to admire the college career that Dryden McKay's had through 3 seasons. You know, you would think he would come back for a 4th finance major. Pretty good numbers.
Yeah, they are. Career-wise, eye-popping indeed. Draw to his left here. Reedy gets a piece. They win it. Myers. Across they go now. Under a minute to go in the hockey game. Myers, one-timer. Ranta. That one deflects into the far corner. 50 seconds to go now. Lacombe. Now Myers. Into the slot. No one home. It's knocked away.
High stick. No.
They wave it off. Myers now. 35 seconds left in the hockey game. Myers not in his wheelhouse. Lacombe now. Myers a drive, and that one pinballs wide, and Lacombe can't keep it in. The countdown for Minnesota State is on. Under 20 seconds remaining as they lead the hockey game 4-0.
They're bouncing on the bench.
They are all on their feet. Lacombe with a drive, and McKay gobbles that one up. 9.8 seconds remaining.
Well, Dryden McKay has been tested in this 3rd period, and he has answered every challenge that the Gophers have faced his way. And the Mavericks really, with Dryden McKay and his credentials and their team, they've shown me why they're the #1 team defensively in the country this season.
Watch the bench there on the right. Mavericks hoping this is the last draw of the hockey game. Puck into the corner. Under 5 to go in the game. Empty net chance down the ice. Time expires. And for the first time in program history, the Mavericks of Minnesota State advance to the Frozen Four.
Congratulations to the University of Minnesota on a wonderful season. Minnesota State now moves on to the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh. Fans, on behalf of the NCAA and the University of Denver,
What a moment, forever etched in time. Their first tournament win came yesterday. Now their first Frozen Four appearance comes on this Sunday night as they plant the flag, the top of the Rockies here, winning the West 4 times since the field went to 16 teams in 2003. Teams out of the West 4 times have won the national championship. We'll see if the Mavericks make it 5.
Well, I was told that Mike Hastings, whenever he makes lineup decisions, he's always errs on the side of guys who compete. And you have to say, right up and down the lineup today, everyone's compete level was ramped up to DEFCON 5.
Well said, Freddie. What an effort by that team. I mean, they're down 3-1. You see the friendships. 31 players from the state of Minnesota on these 2 rosters, and a lot of friendships. The thrill of victory and the heartbreak of defeat on the other side, and 2 great programs. Only one can move on, and today, on this day, it's that one from Mankato, Minnesota, the Mavericks of Minnesota State. So The celebration continues. You got Van Halen standing on top of the world, playing in the arena. That's how they must feel. What an accomplishment as they take it over to their family and friends that are here. And great to see. We'll have full buildings again one day, Freddie, and it's just great to see some fans. As we wrap it up here, Freddie, your thoughts on this regional?
Well, congratulations, the Mavericks in the Rockies, and they are on top of the West Region Mountain.
And Minnesota State jumped out to an early lead in this game, 2-0. Morton and Sandelin got them going. They didn't look back. What a great time we had here this weekend. For my broadcast partner, Fred Pletch, Jim Ressler, our producer, Rick Bazinski, our director, all of our hard-working ESPN crew. My name is Ben Holden. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. Congrats to Minnesota State as they advance to the Frozen Four.